Hello and welcome back to my channel. So glad you've tuned in, and as you can see by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about Rogue One. I've watched it and I've got to say that I loved this film. In fact, I fell in love with this movie and the whole of Star Wars all over again, and that's saying something because I do love Star Wars. This film was great and I would recommend it to anyone. And I've got to say that this is going to be just an informal discussion about this film, what impacted me about it, and I would love us to have this conversation down below as I'm giving you my thoughts about this. Let me know yours in the comment section because I feel like we have a lot to talk about, and this is going to be a spoiler discussion, spoiler filled, so be warned, spoilers galore in this video. So let's start off with the cast. I've got to say that I love them. They did a great job. They sold this film really well. Everyone owned their roles, their characters, and you couldn't help but feel an emotional connection to each and every one of them. I've got to say, starting from the lead character, Jyn, just seeing her journey from a young girl all the way to the point that she's leading this actual rebellion. Wow, isn't that just a call to all of us, just kind of, just to stand up for what's right? And I think that was one of the things that I took away from this film. It was just amazing. And then Chirrut, that was one of the best fight scenes I've seen in anything Star Wars related of late, and it was awesome. I loved his interesting relationship with the Force. He's not a Jedi. He's just, he's trying to have this connection, and I loved every moment that he was on screen, and then how he just finally sacrifices himself to turn on that switch. That was just one of those moments, and this film had so many moments for me that I was halfway cheering and almost crying, and just in the exact same moment. Amazing. The characters were great. Yeah, just on that. Those are just the two that stood out to me. I'm gonna try and just keep it concise because we could go on and on. But overall, all the cast did a great job. And I don't want to forget one character, Saw Gerrera. That character looked like there was a lot more to flesh out. And just to see him being killed off so early on, it was weird to me. I just feel like there was so much more. We needed to know how he got those legs. Come on. Is it just me who thinks that? And then the moment I saw Senator Bail Organa come on screen, for me, that moment was so special. For all the people who talk against the prequels, I've got to say that I'm gonna go out here and just carefully say that after rewatching them a couple more times, I've got to say that I actually like those prequels. I think there's a lot to learn, a lot to take away from each and every one of them. For all the bashing and about those particular films, I think that they were pretty good, and I would encourage anyone to go back and watch them with an open mind, and you'll glean quite a bit. So just seeing Senator Bail Organa come back, for me, I almost teared up. I've got to say, guys, I'm a fan and I'm not ashamed. I almost teared up, and it was just a special moment. That, and also when they had Princess Leia come back in the end, it was CGI-y, I could tell, but it was okay. And I had also gotten a bit of a spoiler about that in one of the social media, Twitter, Instagram. Somebody went out and just posted a picture and said, Leia's in this film. So I think we need to be more cautious about that as fans. That was interesting for me, because that for me didn't have the shock maybe that it should have. But hey, it didn't take away from the film. I still loved Rogue One. It was great just seeing them. And then Tarkin, that was strange. Let me know what you thought about seeing him come back. Yeah, but all the other characters, all the other rebels just put their lives on the line for this mission. I've got to say, I loved all their performances. Cassian, everyone, I loved them. We're going to talk about the action. Guys, this was a war film. It was a war film. It was a Star Wars movie, but it had something so different about it. And you know, if you watch every other Star Wars films or TV series, and you know how they are able to just depict the wars, this one felt a little bit more gritty, more brutal. You've got to admit it, especially the battle at the beach. Just seeing those stormtroopers getting blown up and seeing the rebels being killed, the AT-ATs being blown up, it just felt so vivid, so real. It was like it just sucked you in. It was amazing. I tip my hat to the directors of this film. That was a great job. And then this iconic moment when the battle is just about to take place and all these rebel ships go to help the Rogue One team, and they come out of Lightspeed. That for me was a moment I held my breath. It was amazing. It was just so new. I want to say that it was fresh. I've seen that done hundreds of times over, but it just felt so new in this one instance. I loved it. And then seeing them finally take down the shield that was, you know, kind of blocking the signal from getting off of the planet. That was just a yay moment for me. I loved it. And then when they finally plow that Corvette into the destroyer, and then it just crashes down and destroys the shield, that for me was another amazing moment. I didn't know that was their strategy. That just kind of was strange to me, that they would ram another ship. It seems like they were desperate, you know, because that might have actually just blown back on them, but it worked. And it actually did work even for the film. It didn't take you out of the experience, you know. So that was interesting. I enjoyed that as well. Now I'm going to talk about a few cons, and we're going to get back to the last pro for me. One of the cons for me was the conflict resolution of Jyn. Her father is killed. We see her talk about it with Cassian. She's pretty mad. Then they get back to the rebel base, and we don't even hear her ask why they send their ships to the exact location to actually kill her father. So what happened to that? Was that resolved off screen? That was weird. Let me know what you thought. Maybe there's something I missed. And then one more part. I'm someone who avoids many of the trailers and TV spots leading up to major films, and I did that for this film. But I've got to say, even for someone like me who watched fewer of the trailers, I didn't see many of the scenes that were in them. Where was the scene where Jyn is talking about being a rebel? And also, what happened to the scene where K2SO tells Jyn that he is not gonna kill her? What happened to those scenes? Many of those scenes were nowhere to be seen or heard. So I was like, is it a whole new film? Okay, I won't complain about that, but it was strange. Just saying, guys. Anyway, let's get back to the last pro, which was Darth Vader. Now, this film had a slow burn, and I think we can all agree to that. Even the first time Darth Vader appeared for me, it wasn't as overwhelming as I thought it might be. But then, finally, the last scene, when they're just about to depart with the Death Star's plans, and then Darth Vader's lightsaber just goes on, and he's right there with those rebels, and they are just completely freaking out. And I've got to say, I was so sucked in at that moment. I was clasping the armrests of my seat. I was back in my seat, and he's just mowing down. He is just force choking them, throwing them everywhere, and it was amazing. That was Darth Vader for me in his prime. I don't think we have ever seen Darth Vader like that on screen, and it was amazing. It just made me want a Darth Vader movie. We need it. And I'm someone who advocates for Obi-Wan movie. We need that too, but we need a Darth Vader movie when we can see better choreography in his fighting, not like what we had in A New Hope. And I understand what they had to work with. It doesn't detract from that film. I still love it, but we need to see more of that. That was just epic. And then the last rebel just gives the other rebel on the other side of the door the plans, and it all comes back full circle, and we see the Corvette taking off with the Death Star plans, and that for me was just another amazing moment. I was just blown away. This film was amazing, and I would recommend it. It has tremendous rewatchability. I cannot wait to just have that and be able to watch it over and over again. It was that good. And I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It was great. I loved it. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section. I would love to know your thoughts. Let's continue this down below in the conversation. And if you like this discussion, review, chat about this film, let me know by a thumbs up. And if you're new here, click subscribe. It's absolutely free. So guys, now we're in the holiday season. I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Have a great holiday with your families and friends. And I just want to say I love you all. Thanks for commenting, subscribing, liking. I love you guys. You're such a gift. Thank you so much. And until next time, God bless.